Hello friends, good evening. So, how are you all? Today we're going to start a brand new series on world mapping. But before we start, tell me quickly in the comments, am I audible? Am I visible? Is the audio clear? Give me a thumbs up in the comments before we start, because this is a brand new series today on world mapping and I want all of you to be a part of it because this is going to be very fun. We'll have a very interactive session where I will ask you questions. Hello Dua, hello Fatima, hello Sharmi. Good evening. Good evening Sharmi. Hello Zainab. Everything's clear, I think. So let's wait for a few seconds before we start because this is a very important session on world mapping, and today we will discuss about various types of questions that UPSC will usually ask. And let's wait for another 10 or 15 seconds because the people I can see are joining, getting thumbs up. It's good. Okay, so let's start then. Today we're going to deal with the world mapping. Now, first question I want to ask you, is it really that important to take a full-fledged series on world mapping? What do you think? Is it really that important to have a series on world mapping? Well, the answer lies in the paper of UPSC CSE 2024 prelims. If you look at the paper of UPSC this year, you'll find a question there asking you about the regions that border the North Sea. First, North Sea, very important. You should know where North Sea is. After that, you will be given the name of the countries. Now, you might as well read the NCERTs. You can read any book, but it's very difficult to answer such a question if you do not have command over the maps. That is why mapping is very important. That's the first thing. After that, what kind of maps should we do? What should we do in the mapping? If I talk about this series, in this series, we will not be dealing with the international relations or internal securities or whatever. We'll only be dealing with the maps portion. Okay? And in this series, I'll tell you which countries share border with the water bodies and what are the very important cities that are present there and all the important things, but not those things that you're expecting kind of international relation or that is in news. But what we are going to focus here is exclusively the mapping portion. I want to make it very clear. I want to make sure that you people know which country is located at what place in the world. You should be able to point out any country from the world. That is the sole purpose of this series. That is why I want you to be on your toes, because today when I teach it, you have to give me the answer. You have to give me the replies in the comment section. I'll be looking at the comment section. Hi, I exist. Hello. Thanks for the thumbs up. And today, let us start with this question, and after that you have another question from the mapping as well, asking to arrange the tributaries of Ganga from west to east. Again, it will need the knowledge of mapping. So that is why we'll be dealing with two important things. First thing will be the political map, and second thing will be the physical map. What is a political map and what is a physical map? Zivs, hello. Hello, hello. Getting a good response today. What is that? What is a political map and what is a physical map? In the political map, we will be discussing about the countries, their location, capital, and any other important cities that are there. That is the first step. First, we will start with the political part of the map. After that, when you are done with that part, when you have already everything in your mind, that which country's location is where, in which continent it's located, the border sharing and other things, then only we will go to the physical part, in which we will discuss about the mountains, the rivers, and all the other physical properties of the maps. Today we're going to start with the political map of Africa. If you look at the map of the world, you see there are 7 continents. You have North America, South America. Is it visible? You can tell me if the color is not visible, if it's not blending properly. You can tell me in the comments. Okay, I'm getting a good response from Zainab. Yes, Zainab, you are right. Now, if you look at this, the South America, Africa, Europe, these are all the continents that are there. Then you look at the water bodies as well. You will get the Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, the Indian Ocean, Southern Ocean, Arctic. These are all the oceans that are there. Now, we have to go one by one. And today, I'll be taking the continent of Africa. So we'll be starting from Africa because Africa has been a very favorite continent of UPSC. You will see almost every year there will be questions asked from the African continent. That is why we will be starting from Africa. So if you look at the map of Africa, you will find its location in the tropical part. This is the only continent where you will find Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, as well as the equator. It is the only continent. If you look at the map, you will find the equator passing through this. Then you will find the Tropic of Cancer and eventually the Tropic of Capricorn as well. So this is the sound good? Give me a thumbs up clearly if the sound is good. Okay. So this is the only continent where you will find the Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn and the equator. This is very important you know about it. So this is mostly the continent lies in the tropical areas. Is it clear? After that, what we have to do is learn about its location on the world map. If you look at the map of Africa, this is Africa, the map of Africa, and look here now. On the northern side, you will find the Mediterranean Sea. Very important. On the northern side, it's bordered by the Mediterranean Sea. First question, which sea is bordering Africa on the northern side? So the Mediterranean Sea. This part of this region is the Mediterranean Sea. First thing you should know, all the water bodies that are bordering any place, it is very important that you know, because you saw the question first up about the North Sea. North Sea is somewhere here. If you don't know where it is, how are you going to answer such kind of questions? Then only you will be able to answer the questions like Germany is the answer, then you have Norway, but not Russia or Finland. So basically it's very important to know about the locations of any place on the earth and other associated features that may include the water bodies or anything else. Okay. Any questions you can ask me? I am waiting for your questions. Today we make it a very interactive session. After this, in the north, you will have the Mediterranean Sea. When you go to the western side of it, you will find the Atlantic Ocean. So Atlantic Ocean is located on the western side of Africa. On the eastern side, there is Indian Ocean. So these are the very important water bodies that you have to know from the African perspective. The three major water bodies that are there includes the Mediterranean in the north. On the west, you will find the Atlantic, and on the eastern side, you will find the Indian Ocean. Now, answer me in the comments, is this okay? And if it is okay, then tell me quickly which water body is located on the northern side of the Africa. You can answer me in the comments in the meanwhile. Now, this is Africa. Moving on. If you look at the map of Africa, you will find there are lots of countries. This is a zoomed in image of the African map. See, what is the name of this water body? As I have already told you, you answer me in the comments. What is the name of this water body? Okay. After that, you will have Atlantic here and Indian Ocean on this side. This is the equator that is passing through Africa that I have already told you. Then you will find the Tropic of Cancer as well as Capricorn. Okay, Zainab, Mediterranean, Dua, Mediterranean, correct. You guys are right. This is the Mediterranean Sea. This is how we are going to deal these things in this series, talking about each and everything. Now, if you look at this map, this is a zoomed in image of the western part of the northwestern part of the African continent. To make it clear, now we'll be talking about this region. This is the region we are talking about, this. Okay, is it clear? Make sure you have an idea of which region we are talking on, because this is the region we are talking of, and this is called the Strait of Gibraltar. This part is called the Strait of Gibraltar. Now, what is a strait? What do you think a strait is? This is the Strait of Gibraltar. A strait is a smaller water body connecting the two larger water bodies. So that is my first question to you. If you are aware of the map that I have just shown you, tell me which two water bodies are connected by the Strait of Gibraltar. As I told you, a strait is a smaller water body. See, this is a small water body that is connecting the two larger water bodies. Okay, good. Hello, stalker. Hello everyone. So tell me which two water bodies are being connected by the Strait of Gibraltar. What is the name of this water body and what is this water body? Answer me in the comments. Joining two large water bodies. Correct, Zainab, that's right. Answer me which two water bodies are being connected. After that, if it is connecting the two large water bodies, Mediterranean and Atlantic. Good going, Zainab, that's great. Good going, Dua. Nice answers. Getting good interaction. If you look at this part of the continent, then this is the Europe. First thing you know is the separation of the landmass. This is Europe. Okay. And on the southern part is Africa. This is Africa and this is Europe. These are the two land masses that are being separated by the Strait of Gibraltar. To be more precise, if you are asked about the countries, then the country that lies here is the Morocco, and on the north you will find Spain. You will find Morocco and Spain being separated, and if you are asked about the more precise location, then it is Gibraltar and Ceuta. Gibraltar is the territory of United Kingdom and Ceuta is of Spain. Very important, it depends on the examiner what he asks you. He can ask you about the two separations, what is being separated. After that, he can ask you about the two continents or even the seas. The Gibraltar and the Ceuta are the two regions that are being separated by the Strait of Gibraltar. Is it clear? This is what we're talking about, the Mediterranean Sea. That is what I was already discussing. So you should have an idea of how we are going to tackle these things. Now, going to the northeastern part, you will find this region. See, look at the map first. I'm keeping the map as a reference. Now we'll be talking about this region. Okay. Now we'll be talking about this region. What are the places that are located here? The region is in the shape of a peninsula, and the name of the peninsula is Sinai Peninsula. Okay, it is the part of Egypt. So this is Egypt. Egypt is located on the northeastern part of Africa, and Sinai Peninsula is the part of Egypt that links Africa to Asia. So on this side you will find Asia. Is it clear? Are you getting the idea of the other continents and the water bodies, how we are going to connect all these things? So if your question comes, then tell me what is the name of the continent that lies on the east of the Africa, then the answer is Asia. Or the question can be in any form. Sinai Peninsula connects which two continents? Then it's again Africa and Asia. Okay, good. Now see, this is Sinai Peninsula. What is a peninsula? That is surrounded by water on three sides, water bodies. You will find three very important water bodies here. First is the Gulf of Suez, number 1, Gulf of Aqaba, number 2, and then you will have Red Sea on the southern part of this region. These are the three water bodies. If it's not visible, you can tell me in the comments if you have any issues. Okay, good. See, now this Sinai Peninsula is the Gulf of Strait lies on its western part, Gulf of Aqaba and the Red Sea. These are the three water bodies that are there. Now, if a question is asked to you, what water body lies here? Which is the water body that lies on the northern part of Egypt? What do you think? Which is the water body that lies on the northern part of Egypt? It is again the Mediterranean Sea, as you have already seen in the map. It lies along the entire length of the Africa along the north. Is it clear? So should we move forward to the countries? Now we will deal with each country one by one, learning about the very important cities if there is any. There are some countries that we have to only learn about the location and nothing else. So let's start with the first country today, that is this. This is the map of Africa. Make sure that you know about the locations. Right, Mediterranean, that's right. Okay, Zainab, Red Sea, correct. Surrounded by water. Getting a good response today. That's really nice. See, this is the map of Africa that you're seeing here. Now, we are going to deal with this country first. And the name of the country is Morocco. So where is Morocco located? On the northwestern part, towards the north and the west. It's a bit towards the west. Towards the north and the western part of the African continent. Now, the main important issue today we are going to deal with is memorize each and everything right here in the class. I don't want you to go back and achieve nothing. Today, you have to know about the location of every country so that when we learn about the physical features, you don't have to go through your notes. There is no need to make the notes, just remember these things, because tomorrow when we'll be talking about the Sahara Desert, you should know where the Sahara Desert is. You don't have to think about it. Then I talk about Sahara Desert, you should know about the countries that are associated with the Sahara Desert. So let us start with Morocco. I've given you the location of Morocco. What is the important thing about Morocco? The capital of Morocco is Rabat. R-A-B-A-T. Capital is very important, maybe not for UPSC perspective, but it's very important as far as the state civil services examinations are concerned. That is why you should know about the capitals of the countries as well. The capital of Morocco is Rabat. Clear? After that, there are two very important places. First is Casablanca. It's famous for its chemical industries. Casablanca, famous for its chemical industries. CC, Casablanca, chemical industries. And number two, you have Marrakesh. It's called the Red Sea. Three important points that you have to take from Morocco is number one, the capital, that's Rabat. Number two, Casablanca. And number three, you will get the Marrakesh. Now, Casablanca is very important because this is a chemical industry and you will often see these places in news. That is why I'm stressing more on these two places, because whenever you go through a newspaper and such name comes up, you should know about which part of the world we are talking. Are we done with this? Any issues? If you have any doubt, any question, I'm waiting for your comments. If you have anything, you can ask me in the comments. Up until now, we are good to go. After this, this country is done. Okay. Now we will go to the other country. That is this country. Just keep the image in mind that how we are traveling. We're going to travel like this. One important question I'd like to ask you is, this is Morocco. We are done with it. Is Morocco touching the Mediterranean or not? This is a question to you. You answer me in the comments. Is Morocco touching it or not? Touching the Mediterranean or not? Now let's move to other part of the Africa, that is Algeria. This is done. Now we're going to Algeria. Important thing about Algeria is it is the largest country in Africa. Very important. Algeria, you can see the size of Algeria as well. It is the largest country of Africa and the capital of Algeria is Algiers. Algiers. Algiers is a very important, this is the capital of Algeria. Important thing you can see, if you look at this image, see, the borders in these areas are very straight. This is very unusual. Now, you don't normally see such kinds of borders like very straight lines drawn. Why? Why is it so? Because when we study about the physical map of this region, you will find that this area is usually normally a desert, and in desert there is no need to fight for the land. That is why you will find the places, the borders are very straight. Clear? What's about the, one important thing about Algeria? About Algeria, it is the largest country in Africa and it is also touching the Mediterranean Sea as well. So up until now we are done with two countries. First one Morocco and the second one is Algeria. Both do touch the Mediterranean Sea. I hope it's clear. Just tell me quickly in the comments, what is the capital of Morocco? Because of deserts. Correct, Zainab, you're giving great answers. Right, that is why, because of deserts, the borders there are very straight. What is the capital of Morocco? Don't forget what we have already done. I would ask you each and everything, so make sure you are on your toes. Clear? Should we move to the next country? Now, coming to the next country, it is Tunisia. Now, if we talk of Tunisia, we are talking about this part of the Africa. Now, we are done with Morocco and we are done with Algeria. Both are sharing their borders with the Mediterranean. Talking of Tunisia, one important thing is about the capital, that is Tunis. Very easy. Algeria, Algiers, Tunisia, Tunis. That's all you need to know about it. If you have any confusion regarding this, you can see it's a bit of a T-shaped country. T-shaped country, kind of a plus-shaped country. Just to, if you get a map in the exam, you should be able to identify the countries. Capital of Morocco, Rabat. Zainab, that's right. Going good. You're giving great answers. Now, if you look at Tunisia, you will find it is in the shape of a plus and the capital is Tunis. Make sure you don't mix the two capitals that I'm going to teach after this. So, Tunisia, Tunis, this is the capital of Tunisia. Now, we'll come to another part of the Africa, that is Libya. This is Libya and the capital of Libya is Tripoli. See, the capital of Libya is Tripoli and there is a place that is called Al-Azizia. it is the hottest place on the earth. It's considered as the hottest place on the earth. That is located in Libya. So two important things that you need to know about is the capital, Tripoli. Don't get confused between the capitals, because there can be a question easily asking you to match the capital and the country, and you should be able to match these things very easily. Okay, in Libya the capital is Tripoli, and Al Azizia is a place in Libya that is considered as the hottest place. And there is a very important port, Benghazi. It's a very important port. See, you have to remember the ports as well, because there can easily come a question asking you to match the countries with the ports that are very important. And these places are often in news. You know, Africa will be in news more often than not, than any other place. So that is why you should know the ports as well. So what is in Libya? Two important things. First, you have to know about the capital, that's Tripoli. After that, Al Azizia, the hottest place on earth. And after that, you will find Benghazi. It is the port located in Africa. So where is Benghazi located? It's located in Libya, and the capital of Libya is Tripoli. Moving to further towards the eastern part, we will reach the Egypt. This is Egypt. Okay. Now, if you look at the Egypt, it is having Mediterranean Sea on the northern part, and you will find Red Sea on the eastern part as well. This is Egypt. You will find Mediterranean Sea and the Red Sea. Egypt, what is the there is a thing said about the Egypt. It's a gift of something. What is that something? You answer me that thing in the comments. Egypt is the gift of what? Question mark. Okay. If you look at the Egypt, you will find the capital as Cairo. The capital of Egypt is Cairo. Again, Mediterranean Sea is located on the northern side of the Egypt, and you will find the Gulf of the Red Sea on this side, and Gulf of Suez and Red Sea that are located on the eastern part of the Egypt. So the capital, very important, Cairo, very important, because this acts as a transition between Africa and Asia. It's a very important country. There are some two important things that you need to know about it. First is the Alexandria port that is located on river Nile. It is a port for river Nile. Nile river is the longest river in the world. Very important, don't get confused with the Amazon. That is the largest river, and Amazon is the largest, Nile is the longest. There is a difference between the longest and the largest. Don't get confused between the two. If you look at Egypt, the important ports, that is Alexandria, that's located on river Nile, and the second important port, that is Port Said, that's located on Suez Canal. The Suez Canal passes through Egypt. Suez Canal has been in news more often than not due to a lot of reasons. So you should know where the Suez Canal is located. It is located in Egypt near the Sinai Peninsula, and this is where the Suez Canal is. And you will find something, the Suez Canal, there is a port named Port Said that's located on the Suez Canal. So all your questions should be answered here. Suez Canal is located in which country? What is the port that is associated with the Suez Canal? And there is one important port associated with the river Nile, that is Alexandria. Now we are done with the countries that are located on the northern part of the Africa. We are done with all the countries associated with the northern part of Africa. Capital of Morocco, pyramids, I guess Fatima Zainab. It's called the gift of Nile. Gift of Nile. Huh? Because the Nile river passes through it, and that's why it's called the gift of Nile. Okay. But good try. Now, this is about the Egypt and all the water bodies associated. Now let's go to the map. This is a test for you guys. I want you guys to answer me everything that I'm going to answer. I'm going to mark here as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Everybody who is in the class, you have to answer it. Tell me quickly in the comments, where is Libya? You have to answer me in the comments just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just tell me, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 visible, or should I write it a bit larger if it's not visible? See, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and this is 5. Tell me, where is Libya? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Quickly tell me, where is Libya? 1 Morocco. Zainab is giving a good answer. 1 Morocco, that's right. But where is Libya? What is the number of Libya? That's why I told you in the beginning that you have to be very attentive today. I'll be asking each and every question today. Where is Morocco? Quickly. Sorry, where is Libya? You don't have to look at the map. You have to answer me from the blank map today. That is why I want you to memorize and remain very attentive. 4, correct, Zainab, that's right. 4 is Libya. Now, where is Tunisia? Dua Khan, 4, correct. Where is Tunisia? Quickly, we don't have that much of time. You have to answer very quickly. Where is Tunisia? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where is Tunisia? Okay, quickly. Where is Tunisia? We have one more question after this. Then we'll move forward. There is no point going on if you are not able to answer such easy questions. This is just the beginning. Just imagine all the countries when we learn. Then I'm going to mark all the countries. You have to give answer of each question. Zainab, 3. Correct. Now the last question. Where is Tripoli? Tripoli. Where is Tripoli? This is the last question. After this, we'll move forward. Where is Tripoli? I want the answer. Dua Khan, good. 3. Getting the answers. Now, where is Tripoli? Fatima Malik, 3. Right. Where is Tripoli? It is a capital of a country that I've already taught. So tell me, where is Tripoli? What, looking at the internet? No, you have to answer like this. Don't look at internet. Where is Tripoli? This is Tunisia, number 3. First of all, this is Tunisia, and the capital of Tunisia is Tunis. Number 4, Zainab, right. That's right. I'll give you a short trick here just to remember. If you ever get confused between Tripoli, 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 capital of Libya. No cheating. Okay, that's good. See, cut the last 2 words, Libya. That is Libya. Okay, that is your answer for the question of Tripoli. Then you know the capital of Rabat and Algiers and Tunis, everything you know. And finally, now we are done with the northern part of the world. Now, if you look at a very common feature of these countries that we have studied up until now, Mediterranean is located on the northern part of Africa, and each country that we are done with up until now is sharing itself with the Mediterranean Sea. So there is a trick that I want you to remember here. That's very easy for you to remember. The trick is MATLE. You can explain it in the comments what it means. MATLE. What's the meaning of MATLE? These are the 5 countries that share the border with Mediterranean. We have a Mediterranean located here. We will have Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, and Egypt. That is what MATLE is. This is a mnemonic for you to able to understand these. I can help you with some of the tricks that as far as I know. So this is one, MATLE, metal. You can remember the name metal, the metal, in order to remember the countries that are touching the Mediterranean Sea. So should we go forward and start to come down in the heart of Africa? Starting with the first country, that is Sudan. Now, see the location of Sudan. First, it's not sharing itself with the Mediterranean. It's not touching the Mediterranean. Okay. Trick. Yes. Right. See, it's not touching Mediterranean. First, this is Sudan that is located in Africa, eastern part. It is touching the Red Sea. The question here is, what is Sudan touching? Is it touching the Mediterranean? Is it touching the Red Sea? Just like the question that was earlier asked by UPSC this year. UPSC can ask the questions from anywhere. It asked you to name the countries that touch the North Sea. Now, imagine a question asking you to name the countries that touch the Mediterranean. So you know the MATLE is the answer, and Sudan is not touching it. But is it touching any water body? Yes, it is touching the Red Sea here. It is touching the Red Sea. So Sudan is touching the Red Sea, and the capital of Sudan is Khartoum. Khartoum. This place is very important when we go into the physical geography, the physical mapping, because this is a place where the Blue Nile and the White Nile, meet each other. Khartoum, it's the capital of Sudan. Only thing you need to know here is Sudan is the place, the Khartoum is the capital, and this is where the Nile will meet, the Blue Nile and the White Nile. That we will discuss it when we deal with the rivers of of the Africa. That's all about Sudan. Moving to the next country, if we go further south, it's very easy to remember Sudan. And what is the south of Sudan? South Sudan, correct? It's South Sudan. Now look at this country, that is South Sudan. Is there something important about South Sudan? Do you notice something about it? First, know the capital is Juba. You don't have to remember every capital, but for the sake of it, just remember it. The capital is Juba, right? Red Sea, right? Okay, see, this country is not touching any water body, so this is a landlocked country. Remember which country is landlocked. Up until now we have gone through 4 or 5 or 6 countries. South Sudan is a landlocked country. What is a landlocked country? That is not that does not have access to open waters. So South Sudan is a landlocked country. That's all you need to know about it. You remember its capital, well and good. You don't, not needed. So one thing you need to know is that it is a landlocked country. Now we are coming to this region of Africa. See, this region is called the Horn of Africa. Why is it called the Horn of Africa? Have a look at this image. See, this is just like a horn, isn't it? Just like a horn of a rhino. Have you seen the rhino? This is how its horn is, one horn rhino. Okay, now we'll study this Horn of Africa. There are 4 countries that are there in the Horn of Africa. We have Somalia, we have Ethiopia, we have Eritrea, and we have Djibouti. These are the 4 countries that are there in the Horn of Africa. So the question, which of the countries are a part of Horn of Africa? So this should be on your fingertips. Somalia, Eritrea, Ethiopia, and Djibouti. Djibouti is starting with D, it's not J. So don't get confused with Djibouti, DJI. So that is the Horn of Africa. You don't have to know much about it. These are the 4 countries that you need to remember. What are the 4 countries? Ethiopia, Eritrea, Somalia, and Djibouti. The capitals you don't want to remember, it's okay, but some important capitals: Addis Ababa, Asmara. Djibouti is very easy, it's Djibouti City, and then you have Mogadishu. These are 4 capitals, you remember it. These are the 4 countries that are there in the Horn of Africa. If we talk of Ethiopia, there are a few important things that you need to know about it. That is the depressions, 2 very important depressions that are there. First is the Danakil depression, and second one is the Afar depression. These are the 2 depressions located in the Ethiopia with the capital Addis Ababa. So what I have told you about the Horn of Africa, if it is getting difficult for you to remember the names, then I am giving you a mnemonym again: S, E, E, and D. Seed. Seed is your another mnemonym for Horn of Africa. Okay, not touching any large water body. Clear? Good, I'm getting good response. So seed is the mnemonym for Horn of Africa. What is the full form of seed? Again, you will have Somalia, Eritrea, Ethiopia, and Djibouti. These are the 4 countries that are associated with the Horn of Africa. Is this clear where we are reaching right now? This part is done. All this is done. So we have done a lot of countries, and I hope you know the location of each and every country, because there's a test coming up. This is your test. Do I have to mark all the countries or just the few that we have studied? Tell me the name of this country, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Is it visible or not? First tell me that. Is it visible? If it is visible, then I'm going to ask a few questions. Tell me, according to the number, you don't have to name it, just put the number there. Which country is landlocked in Africa that we have studied? Okay, Sharni, good. Sudan. No, don't give it. I want to know about the landlocked country. Which is a landlocked country? Just give me the name of the landlocked country quickly. 2, South Sudan. Correct, Zainab, that's right. Good start. That's very good. Then there is a very small country that is known as Djibouti. Where is it located? Where is the location of Djibouti? Djibouti. Djibouti. Remember, seed. Dua Khan, Sudan is landlocked. South Sudan, correct, correct, that's good. Where is it? So Djibouti, we have all the countries, Sudan, South Sudan, then we have seed, that is the Horn of Africa. We're done with these countries. I hope you won't forget about these countries as well. Tell me, what is the name of this country that I'm naming as A? What is the name of this country? Quickly, A. I want this answer quickly from everybody. What's the name of A? Sharni is giving the answer is 4. Right, that's right, Sharni, that's Djibouti. Very good. Okay. 3 is not Djibouti, that is Eritrea. If you're given the answer of 3, that's Eritrea. That's not correct. 4 is Djibouti, right, Sharni? Tell me which the country is A. Which country is A? Tunisia. Correct, Zainab. That's very good. That means you are very attentive in the class. We're going really good. So should we move forward to other countries? Okay, so we are done with these countries. All these countries are done. Now we reach this part, and this is from where the equator is passing as well. This dotted line is the equator, and the name of the country is Kenya. Kenya is a very important country as far as Africa is considered. The capital of Kenya is Nairobi. Remember, this is a very important capital. I'll tell you which capital to remember and which not. And Nairobi is very important. You should know the name of Nairobi. It's located in Kenya. Number 1. One other thing that you need to remember here is Mombasa port. This is also a Mombasa place that is located in this Kenya. These are very important ports because there will be a match the following question where you have to match the ports. I already taught you about Port Suez, Alexandria, and then Mombasa. Tell me in which country the Port Alexandria is located, and you can comment in the you can comment me. Okay, so this is about Kenya. This is the location of Kenya. This is Lake Victoria as well. Kenya is touching Lake Victoria as well. So this we will study when we go through the physical geography part. Going forward, we are going to reach Tanzania. Tanzania, Tanzania. This is the location of Tanzania. This also touches Lake Victoria. Remember the countries that touch the Lake Victoria. I told you about Kenya, that is touching Lake Victoria. Now we are going to Tanzania. It's again touching the Lake Victoria. Now, few important things that you need to know about this is, first there is Dar es Salaam. Very important here. It's a port located in Tanzania. Dar es Salaam. Egypt, right, that's right. Alexandria is located in Egypt, that's correct. So Dar es Salaam is one port that's located in Tanzania. That's why I was focusing on very important ports only. I don't want to focus on every port, but the important ones you have to remember. Like I told you about the earlier port in Kenya, and I'm talking about Dar es Salaam. But there are very two important islands that are under Tanzania. One is Pemba and another is Zanzibar. Remember the two names, Pemba and Zanzibar. These are in news way too often than you think. These are always in news. That is Pemba and Zanzibar. These are the ports that are known for spice trade. The Pemba port is known for cloves. So if there is a question, this year there was a question in UPSC as well asking about the coffee producing countries. So there can be a question asking about the cloves or the spices exporting these islands. Then you should know the Pemba and Zanzibar. These are the two important islands that are associated with the spice trade, and they are associated with Tanzania. Clear? So now we'll move further south and we will go to two countries starting with M. Right now we are done with Kenya, Tanzania. Now we'll go to M and M. Do you know about the bike KTM? So KTMM. These are the countries that are going to deal with. The two important countries, that is Malawi and Mozambique. These are the two countries going to the south of Tanzania. If you look at the Malawi, it's a long country. How do you remember it? Don't get confused between the two. Malawi is a country that's very long. Malawi, Lilongwe. Capital is Lilongwe. Lilongwe. Malawi, Lilongwe. Long. It's long. And then we have Mozambique. The capital is Maputo. Not important to remember, but that's the capital of Mozambique, and then you have Malawi. These are the two countries that are there. After that, let's move on to three countries that are very small in size here. if you look at these countries, you will find that all the three countries look like they are touching the Lake Victoria, but that is not the case. The three countries are BRU: Burundi, Rwanda, Uganda. Clear? If you have any questions up until now, you can ask me, because we are going towards the end of this class. We have almost done half of Africa, not exactly half, but a lot of Africa is done. Now we will be dealing with three countries. That is interesting session. Thank you very much, Dua. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that you are liking the session and you are giving good answers as well. That's really good. So we're done with these. Now we're going to study BRU: Burundi, Rwanda and Uganda. Okay. Have you seen the location of these countries on the map? Now this is a zoomed in portion of the map. This is Burundi. The one in the orange color is Burundi. Okay. Then you have Rwanda. And this is Uganda. Okay. Is it visible? Very important thing that you need to know about these is only Uganda is sharing with Lake Victoria. Only Uganda touches Lake Victoria. No other country, that is Burundi and Rwanda, is touching Lake Victoria, because there is Tanzania in between. The red color is Tanzania, that is lying in between Lake Victoria and Burundi and Rwanda. That is very important, because when you look at a map like this, you will find that both the countries are touching it, but it's not possible to visualize these things on these maps. That is why, thank you. That is why I'm telling you to look at this map properly. If it is visible, if you don't, if you're not able to see it, then you can tell me. Burundi and Rwanda is not touching Lake Victoria. Then you have Uganda, that is touching Lake Victoria. The capital that is important here, you want to know only this capital, that is Rwanda. The capital is Kigali. Kigali is a very important capital. You will learn about this when you will go through the environment. Okay, it's very important as far as the environmental sciences is concerned. This is the only thing that you need to know about is the Kigali. The capital, what is the capital of Rwanda? That is Kigali. The rest of the capital like Kampala and all, this is not needed. All you need to know is which are touching the Lake Victoria and which are not, and what is the Kigali is the capital of which country. This is important. So we are done with these countries up until here, going back to here. So we'll be dealing with a couple of more countries and then we'll end the session. Going to Zimbabwe. Now look at the African map again. This is the Mozambique that we are done with already. This long country is Lilongwe, and then when we go towards the west, you will go through Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe as a capital, that is Harare. Very important. And then you will go to the north and there is Zambia. See, this is Zambia. Towards the north is Zambia. You have the capital of Lusaka. There is a river in between the two, that is Zambezi River. Zambezi River flows along the Zimbabwe and Zambia border. This is the important thing that you need to remember here. The capital of Zimbabwe, it's Harare, and the capital of Zambia, that is this. Then the river that passes through along the borders of the two countries, that is Zambezi River. There is a very important waterfall there. There is a very important lake there, but we will go through those points when we are going through the physical geography part. Right now I want you to make you aware of the countries, where the countries are. Then it will be very easy for us. See, for example, if I tell you about the Mount Kilimanjaro, that's the highest peak in Africa, that is located in Tanzania. If you know where Tanzania is located, you can easily point at that place where that mountain is. If you don't know about that, how are you going to find out the places that the mountain peak is located at? So these are some of the countries that I wanted to discuss with you. I hope you got everything up until now. If you have any question, you can ask me in the comments so that we can wind up our session for today. It's been a very good session. I have been getting very good answers as well. That's really great. And if there is any question, you can ask me. Otherwise, I'll start to ask the questions if you don't ask. Okay. Should we have a final go through this? 1, 2, 3, Libya, Egypt, Sudan, South Sudan, Eritrea, Djibouti, Somalia, yeah, South Sudan, and then we have this, and you can name me these. Just tell me quickly, where is Libya? In the comments, where is Libya? Okay, any answer? Where is Libya? You can name here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm not giving numbers on these countries, otherwise you will get a lot of work to do. Otherwise, if you want, I can give it here as well. 12, 13. Then I taught you something about the seed as well. Just tell me quickly, which is this country that I'm marking? 10. Number 10. 4. Correct. Okay. Then tell me the number 10 country. What is the name of the country that is here? Number 10. Quickly. What is the country at number 10? I just want to see if you guys remember everything or not. That's very important. That is the whole motive of this mapping series. I want you to become a champion in mapping so that you just look at a map and you name the country. Somalia, great answer, great answer. That means you're learning very quickly. Then tell me, where is the landlocked country? The name of the landlocked country and the number of the landlocked country. The landlocked country, what's the number of landlocked country and what's the name of that country? That will be your last question for today. The number and the name of the country that is landlocked. Seven. Right. Dua, right. What's the name of the country? South Sudan, Zainab, right. So that is really great that you guys are giving good answers. This is very good. I really appreciate it. That means you learned a lot of today. So now we'll be winding about today's class. I'll be giving a brief overview of the countries sharing their borders with the Atlantic, that is MATLE. Then you will have countries that are in the seed of the Horn of Africa, that is SEED. And finally some countries that are located from Kenya, Tanzania, Malawi and Mozambique, KTM and M. And finally Burundi, Rwanda, Uganda, that's located in these three countries, that is BRU. That's the coffee, you know, brew coffee. So these are some of the mnemonics that you need to know. If you remember it as I taught you, then well and good. If you have any problems remembering these, then these are some of the tricks that I've got for you. So that is all for today's class. Now we are left with some more countries, actually a lot of countries. We have to go through all these countries. So there will be a next class about the political African part, and after that we'll go to the physical Africa as well, which is very important, where we'll learn about the Sahara Desert and other features, then River Nile. And Sahara Desert has been in news because some parts of it are turning green as well. So that is why remain in this series, and you will learn a lot about the world and the countries. So that is all for today's class. See you in the next time. Bye bye.